Hi, welcome ladies and gentlemen into a new point of view review of the new Mazda 3. And now it just happens to be that there is actually a Mazda 3 old generation next to it, so this is kind of a comparison. This is the new key. It has a button on the side. You can see those bright LED lights and full LED lights. I'm gonna go do a walk around a little bit in front of these lights. As you can see the older generation. I'm gonna come over here so you can see really beautiful, elegant design of the new Mazda. I'm gonna climb here so you can see the back LED lights. They look really nice. So this is the older generation. So also on the side here, how it looks, and we're gonna jump into the new Mazda. Actually, let me just open the trunk. In my in-depth review during the day, I haven't mentioned the space because I was somewhere where there was an internet connection. I got this car in a last moment. So this is 385 liters of space. I don't think it was changed according to the last generation. It is decent space, but honestly, it could be a little bit bigger. In the sedan, I believe it is, and in the sedan, roof is not going down, so you have a little more space on the back seat for you know, your head space for a tall person, because on the back seat, average person or a child should be fine, but someone tall as me is going to have a little problem with the space, especially if there's a tall person sitting on the front of you. So let's jump inside. Now the key, I'm gonna put it in my pocket, not to forget the key. You don't actually need it. The car unlocks when you approach it and locks when you leave from it, you know, a few steps. Now inside we have LED lights, and let's just start the car. Now we have those beautiful LED lights. We're gonna go somewhere where there's no street lights so you can see in pitch black the performance of those lights. Now in this car we have a petrol engine. This is 122 horsepower, 2.0 petrol, and this is SkyActiveG. So before we head on, just a little bit on the interior. I noticed you can increase the brightness here or decrease it. Oops. Of course, if you leave the lights on automatic, it's going to be automatic. If you leave it on off, the brightness during daytime is going to be increased, and you know, accordingly. So you have a few informations on the top. You have parking camera that's actually decent graphics. If you press view on the sides, you can actually change to super wide. You can see the doors. You can watch the screen. If I open the door, you can see actually it's below the side mirror, and if I press again, you can have a once more narrow view and wide view and just doors, or just press it off. Now if you press home button, you can have just a face watch. You can change this in the settings. You can have a classic or digital, and the infotainment is pretty nice. I'm not going to go through details now. You have this in my in-depth review where I go through the whole new menu system. Now I'm going to show you the navigation just for a second here. Switches to a night time. You have your radios information here, and let's just play songs. I want to show you these are the best speakers I've seen so far in a car. Definitely one of the best speakers. If I change the radio station to something else, let me just see, from like this. The bass, I have to cut the songs because of the copyright strikes, not to get one. The bass is in the trunk space, the amplifier is in there. You can really feel the bass. This car is absolutely first class. Mazda is definitely going with the interior into premium segment. Look at this, lights on. Everything is nice, soft, AC, few buttons, really nice layout. And here 7-inch TFT screen for digital cockpit. The rest are analog and needles. Perfect. Only thing I think it's missing, like maybe a little bit ambient lights that you can change a few, you know, colors, but that's it. Okay, let's hit the road and start driving. Oops. See, I'm driving the automatic and I was left in the reverse, but I reacted fast. Okay, so always have to be careful with these test cars. If you drive forward when you're driving slow, camera is going to switch to front-facing camera. If you're driving reverse, it's going to be reverse camera, of course. So we're gonna go for a short drive. You can see how camera recognizes the speed limit and the stop sign, which is cool information. Now let me just see. Yes, I'm on automatic lights. Now the lights, as you can see how bright the illumination is, everything is, the lane is white. It's actually freshly painted maybe a month ago. And now the suspension or the speed bumps, it's soft, but you can still feel a lot of bumps because the car is sitting on 18-inch alloy wheels. So you know, there's that. Now the steering is precise. It is light, but not too light. Of course, I love about Mazda, there's a G vectoring, so when you're going through corners, the power is distributed to each wheel or cut to the wheel individually, so you really feel safe and stable in those curves. 6-speed manual is excellent. It's, I would say, almost as if German made, because it is precise. The gears are short. It feels so good in the hand. It's just a, you know, joy operating this manual. Although personally I love the automatics, but this, if you're just, you know, a petrol head that loves to have a control, this is going to be perfect for you. I'm waiting here for a green signal to turn right, and let's talk about cabin wind noise proof. So the noise cancellation is really decent. There's wind, you know, when you're driving 100 kilometers per hour, you can hear some wind. If you're driving 150, you know, 130, there's more wind noise. There's a little bit maybe tire noise, but mostly wind noise coming just maybe from the back, I don't know. And you can hear the engine. Although petrol engine is quite quiet, a lot you can hear it. This is just me being bad with the manual on a little uphill because I'm used to automatic. Another thing that I want to say, now this car has a heads-up display, has a lot of package, and that's what I love about Mazda. You get a lot into the packages. You don't have to pay extra when you choose one package and then you feel like something's missing and you add more packages, I mean more extras, and then you go crazy with the price, and then, you know. But Mazda is excellent in this case, and I love how camera recognizes the speed limit and it marks it on your digital cockpit. Now the mirrors, personally I think the mirrors are a little bit too close. They should be more like a little bit further, so they feel close and everything feels like it is you know, enlarging, I don't know. And there is a blind spot on the back. You can see it because the windows, you know, you can see a blind spot because you have a blind spot warning, but the window is kind of small and there's a huge C-pillar that's creating a blind spot. But overall, I mean, you can still see it. It's not horrible, it's not terrible, but you know, it's a thing you should maybe have in mind if you're buying this car. So this car is handling the road excellent. Now I've been in some curvy open roads. You can see this in day point of view where I will not talk. There's just pure driving. You can hear the engine, and this car is overall just an excellent car. The cockpit is beautiful. The materials, everything is refined. You have leather that's soft on the top. You know, those Nazi soft tops who hate cheap plastic, they're gonna love this car. And honestly, Mazda feels like a premium car, almost like a luxury. It's not a luxury car, but definitely it is stepping into premium segment, and their prices are you know, according. So there's not like some other cars who are asking more but don't actually deliver more. So we're going to head off to a highway, and then so you can see you know, the lights performance in dark, and this is now in the city. It's actually, you know, good, but you can really see the performance. Okay guys, before we get to the highway, just to show you, this is a cool feature. Now the Mazda SkyActiveG Petrol is with 122 horsepower, and it has a mild hybrid system. So it has a 48-volt battery, and if you're driving, this is a cool feature. So you can turn this on. If you're driving, you are, you know, now I have let go of the gas pedal or the throttle, and it is recuperating the energy and it's charging. So if I press the brakes, there's even more power going to you know, the battery. And of course, if you can see, if I let go of the throttle, you can see the cylinder deactivated, all 4 of them. So that's a cool thing for saving fuel. And now I've been testing this car, and I've been leaving it in neutral for a while I was filming a review. So if I press here on info, you can see that the consumption is currently 9.2 liters. I've had this car when I picked it up around 8.5 liters, and this car is always being tested. It's a test car, so it's being driven for short you know, distances. I've been driving it a little further and a little more aggressively, maybe in some parts, and so I can't really say, to be honest, what's the fuel consumption. Okay guys, one thing I almost forgot to, you know, talk is the brakes. Now the brakes on this car are, you know, good, but I think they could be a little more aggressive. I mean, personally, I like them more aggressive. It feels more safer, but this is, I think, okay, it's in a sweet spot as a good, not too bad or not, you know, too aggressive. They do the job, you know. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet, and I'm gonna try accelerating now and driving to the highway. Third gear. I accidentally turned on the high beam, not sure how. Just for the record, so I'm not a douche. As you can hear the cabin noise, there is just a wind noise. You can hear the engine. If I turn on the music, you can definitely forget about you know, wind noise. Okay, let's speed it up here. Actually, gotta put it to 5th gear. throttle to the, metal to the pedal. So 150, there's a lot of wind noise. 140. As well. So in Croatia it's tolerated to drive 150. There's like a 10% tolerance, so it's 155. Plus, you know, that the speedometer is not 100% correct, but you know, I like to keep it in the, you know, speed limit. But I just wanted to show you the noise if you're planning to driving a little bit faster. You know, I like to drive sometime faster, just a little bit, 10-20 kilometers on the highway, just not to drag in the, you know, right lane and always have to move to the left. Just, you know, then I stay in the left lane accordingly. But decent. And if you put the car in a 6th gear and drive, you know, just in the speed limit, you're gonna have better fuel consumption. Let me just press here on the information. Well, it's not dropping now, but you know, it's still good. I believe you can get about probably 8 liters of combined. You can always turn the limitation of speed so you don't go you know, above the speed limit. And you can turn this so you know the car is going to warn you if you're leaving the lane, and you can see all of that in the heads-up display as well, like the side warnings for the front or rear, depending on what you have. And you can, let me see here, you can set the cruise control, but I think this is my exit. Yep, this is my exit. So when I give a blinker, the car recognized that. So before it was trying to tell me hold the steering wheel. So we're going to a place where I usually tell you guys, show you guys how are the lights performing. I've been playing with the cruise control. Finally I've set it. I'm not used to it on the the manual. I drive automatic, so it's kind of different a little bit, and I like these. You can see the information, but they are on the top, and sometimes they can block your view according to for the heads-up junction, so that's something you should have in mind. Reset here, turn off. Okay guys, one attempt. Remember, I drive the automatic. Wow. That was exciting. Definitely. I'd say that was exciting. Now what I love about Mazda cars, you can really push them to high revs, even the diesel cars. Okay, so we are now here on a road with no street lights. They're off over here. So the GoPro camera, can't always show you how exactly this looks, because none of the cameras is good at night, because just the technology isn't there yet. So this is the normal beam, this is the full beam. I can in person see all the way down the road. And let me just check here. I'm not sure where the fog lights are, to be honest. Actually, wait. Oh, those are the fog lights. Okay, now I'm driving, guys. I thought I should use my iPhone camera, which is a little bit better when filming during night, especially if there's a lot of light. But turns out I forgot my phone at home, because I thought I'd be only using my GoPro camera. I usually take it with me, but I just forgot. So I know it's for you mostly pitch black and you can see in front of the car. So yeah, sorry. It is what it is. Now in pitch black, you can see the cameras are actually quite good when it comes to going in a pitch black, so you can actually see on the camera's stuff where are you reversing. That is really practical. And now in front of me is a hospital. If I pull this, you can see the long lights. Maybe you can see some structure. I know in the camera when I transfer the videos I cannot see much. So yeah, that's what it is. Those are the lights. So guys, I have something to criticize. Sometimes the camera system that recognizes the signs, it's really good. It actually recognizes the markings on the road that are printed, the signs. Sometimes it recognizes stop signs, sometimes it recognizes the wrong way signs, although it's on the side. Obviously I'm not going into the wrong way, but sometimes it picks random signs on the side and it thinks you're going you know, way beyond speed limit, but you're not. So guys, who is Mazda aiming at as its buyers? You know, that's an interesting question. I'm definitely thinking young people that want you know, value for their money, and that want to enjoy in driving. So this car is definitely a car that's focused on the driver. The whole cockpit is facing the driver. The screen is a little bit, it's tilted not fully to not be visible to the you know, maybe side passenger if he wants to adjust the music or something. But this car is definitely created for driving and enjoying the driving, and it is stable on the road. It has a good performance and it's a joy. And the new Mazda just looks so phenomenally good and sportish as a car that I think it's shooting at the young people or those who feel young. Definitely. So it doesn't matter if you're, you know, 20, 30, 40 or 50, as long as you feel young inside, this car is definitely for you. I hope those who are 60 or anything else higher than that don't feel discriminated. Of course, if you feel young, this car might be for you, but definitely young people are going to be enjoying this. And so I think 25, 30, 40 is definitely something Mazda is looking at. That's their main audience. Definitely Mazda is stepping up the game. Sometime in the future their prices might go up, so I think this is a perfect timing to get this car before the prices actually go high. Maybe it's going to, maybe it's not. I cannot I can just predict, but definitely an excellent car. I'm heading to a garage in a shopping mall, so you can see this car in night, but in some sort of lights to end this video. This shift is so good. It's so nice and enjoyable. I mean, I love the automatic, but in this car, this 6-speed manual is so good. It's so precise. Short shifts. The lever itself is kind of short, and it is just the right size next to the armrest, so it's perfect. And here we are, guys. I'm gonna try ending this video pretending that I'm going from point A to point B, from the parking lot to a garage. At least that's what I do in my daytime. Would you look at this ad? This is interesting. They're advertising a fuel. That's a clever idea. Definitely creative. Definitely. Oh, come on, this is taking for ages. This. I like how you can start from the second gear if you have momentum. Probably mentioned that. Oh man, these speed bumps are so hard. Anyway, guys and ladies, I want to thank you for watching. I think I found my parking spot there. I'm gonna park the car. So the graphics are actually, I think, better in Mazda 3 rather than in the new Mazda 6, to be honest. Now I have cameras, but I'm just used to using the mirrors. we're gonna be close to that column. Maybe not. Definitely I don't feel confident with a car that's not mine. So a little adjustment. You can see you can lower that mirror. If I press here, you can see you can lower this mirror. So that's a cool thing. In my car, it only lowers the right one, which is good. But it's cool you can lower the right one as a left one, I mean, as well. So I'm gonna move out of this parking spot anyway. So this is just so you guys can see how it actually looks when you're parking. If you put it reverse, shows the reverse camera, or the front facing camera. But yeah, that's it pretty much, guys. Thank you for watching, and ladies as well. Always stay safe on the road. Yeah, I've turned this on, as you can see, driving distance and you know, some information before you leave. You can turn that off as well. Always stay safe on the road. I'm going to see you in the next video. Please subscribe if you already haven't. Click the bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. Like this video and leave a comment below what you think about the new Mazda 3. I'm going to see you in the next video. Car automatically locked itself, and that's it. Bye.